My name is Godswill Ugwa.
And I'm Josellie Rios.
And this is One Piece at a Time. We're your hosts, and in celebration of the One Piece anime's 20th anniversary, this podcast will explore each episode of this beloved franchise from the perspective of a seasoned One Piece fan and a first-time watcher.
We are social media producers at Funimation, and we can't wait to dive into this week's episodes. So join us on this adventure starting right now.
So, last episode, we went through episodes 104 to 111, and they finally made it out the desert, finally started fighting, but they did stupid things like get themselves trapped in jail, almost eaten by banana gators. Banana gators of all things. Yeah. And then even Luffy fought against Crocodile and then got beat fatality style.
Yeah.
And then now everything is about to happen. And in this particular episode, episode 15, the final battle is happening. So we're going through anime episodes 112 to 119, and the crew members are each having their own showdown, so they get to show off what they can do. You know, why do they belong in the Straw Hat crew, right?
Yeah.
Even Usopp, right? Even Karoo, really.
Even Karoo.
Well, Karoo
has a moment.
Exactly. Karoo did work. Karoo put in work. Usopp, we're going to talk about that. So, because I've been defending Usopp a lot, you know, and people are like, why are you defending Usopp? I'm like, hey, man, he's real. And then this chunk, especially as we talked last time, where Usopp hasn't been doing too much, right?
Yeah.
Like, he hasn't legitimately done too much in Alabasta. And then now is his time to shine. Fine. Good. There we go. And, you let me down, Usopp. Anyways, let's jump into it. Episode 112, Rebel Army versus Royal Army. Showdown at Alabarna.
Ooh.
Yes. So, Luffy's dead. Sorry, spoilers.
Luffy died. There's no more One Piece.
Yeah.
Everything else is a dream.
Exactly.
In heaven.
Exactly. This is how it would have went. Captain Usopp takes his role. You know, he's like, I'll eat the gum fruit, and he becomes the captain of the Straw Hats. Sad, so sad. Or actually, no, he's not dead. He gets saved. By, of all people, Miss All Sunday. And then, who also had brought Pell. Yeah, Pell, the bird guy.
Yeah.
The falcon guy, I should say.
Falcon.
Birdman. I don't know. I mean, when they kept calling him Birdman, I kept thinking the movie Birdman.
Yeah.
Yeah, or Harvey Birdman. And I'm like, I need to stop. But, he's alive, and luckily, Miss All Sunday pulls him out of the sand. We don't really know why. And also brings Pell, who she tells like to go take care of him, and he's like, I need meat.
I was like, me? Maybe you need a doctor,
I know,
Luffy,
right?
I think.
He just got perforated by a hook, of all things, you know?
For a while, too.
Exactly,
like, they were
right?
hanging for a while.
The hang time, right? Exactly, right? I think it's starting to tear. Oh, no, right?
Like, your insides need some recovering.
I know, right? Luckily, I think his organs are also rubber, so I guess they all shift.
Yes. I mean, that's the only explanation that makes sense.
Yeah,
honestly.
you know, like, I would like there to be, like, a medical book of, like, what happens to these guys. You know, like, when you become, like, a reindeer, right? Or the reindeer man, what happens?
How does the biology of it work?
Yeah, exactly. When you become Birdman, do you just, like, I don't know. You know, like, I didn't even thought that far. I've never
How does your body change
exactly,
on the
right?
inside? Like, do you now have 3 stomachs?
Exactly,
like
right? When
birds?
you become Bison Man, right? Yeah. Do birds have 3 stomachs?
I don't know. I'm making
right?
that up.
Yeah, you're just like, dang. Is there like a One Piece fan who is also a biologist? I would like them to draw the thing. I'll post your stuff. I'll be like, this guy made a medical book of what happens to Zoans, or even fire people, or... You know, I would like to know, like, what happens when you eat a devil fruit, you know? When you become rubber and you stretch your arm out, is your bones growing? Does it become
Are
thinner?
your cells reproducing super fast?
Exactly, right? Yeah, like, that's not even something I had thought about, you know? Like, what happens? I would like for a biologist to theorize about it. That'd be a good YouTube channel right there.
Yeah.
That'd be good, yeah. So. But, you know, I would watch that, you know, like it'd be like a science channel and what happens to anime characters, you know, like here's what we theorize, you know, what happens to Goku when he, you know, he becomes Super Saiyan, right? Or, you know, how does his hair stand on? What happens to Luffy when he is doing some of his moves? He did some pretty cool moves, by the way. Yeah, when he was fighting, but
yeah. Or how does crocodile turn into sand? Like,
right?
how does that work in a molecular level?
If you do a channel or a podcast based off that, don't forget who told you, all right? I'm not even asking for much. 10%. That's cool, right? Anyways, that's I would be really down for that actually. But so anyways, Luffy's alive. Yay, he's not dead.
Not dead.
So no Captain Usopp yet. And then we go to the city, and we get to see the Straw Hats in action without Luffy. Like, they made up a good plan. I thought it was pretty brilliant, actually.
It was like they are trying to get into the city without the bad guys catching Vivi. So they're all, last we saw, they were all on the docks.
Yeah, the supersonic ducks.
Yeah, the supersonic ducks. And they were on their way to the city. So they're approaching the city, and they're all dressed the same so that they don't know who Vivi is. And then they split up in teams of 2 in pairs and try to enter the city by different gates, which is pretty smart.
I was like, whoa, every now and then they can do some smart things, huh? Yeah, sometimes I'm like, Straw Hats, I don't know.
Sometimes they can plan things.
What? Nani? Yeah. Because, I think I was ready for them to just be like, okay, we're all just going to fight.
Right,
like
Zoro style.
Exactly, right?
Just head into battle.
Exactly. And then it's like, oh, here we go. Okay, here's a smart idea. Although, I think some of the pairings weren't that smart.
Like what? Like which one?
Where they put Usopp with the camel. Right? I was like, y'all, even Usopp later on is like, why? And it's like, we just did it by random. I'm like, no. Now, here's the part where you actually planned this out, right? Here's the part where you planned this out. But, oh, well. It is what it is. It worked out eventually, right?
Yeah, I didn't know it was the camel.
I wonder how the camel was riding on the duck.
On top of the duck.
Yeah, exactly. That sounds hard.
On 2 legs.
Yeah, I know, right?
Sitting on 2 legs.
I would like to see that. I would like to see if also there could be an artist who could draw what eyelash would look like inside of the cloak. I would be interested in that too.
Yeah.
I want fan art, y'all. Give us fan art. So, but they did a good job, and Vivi was actually able to infiltrate the city. They bypassed most of the Baroque Works agents and were able to split them up, which is a really smart idea, actually.
Yeah, and it works. Vivi is able to sneak in and wait for the rebels at the gate, which is very frightening, I think, because she's by herself.
Yes, she wasn't even in that group, which I thought was really smart, too. But, yeah, at the same time, it is like, you brought this up as like, why wasn't she on Karoo just ready to go?
I was like,
I didn't even think that. I was like, that's smart.
It's like thousands of people are running towards you. Some of them are on top of camels, so you
horses
can,
too. Yeah, right?
Horses. You can very easily get trampled.
Absolutely.
Some of them might not even see you from a distance since they're going so fast, but. Yeah, if you were riding Karoo, then you would get a little bit more advantage.
Exactly.
More
or
visibility.
If in the case that something wrong does happen,
you can just go away. Yeah.
Exactly.
Right. I agree. I don't know what she was thinking. She was just standing there, Karoo's like trembling, and I'm like, I don't understand what you guys are doing, honestly.
Right? I know, right? It was like maybe you did smart, but you weren't full smart, You're supposed to go full smart.
Yeah. I guess not everything can go perfect with the Straw Hats.
I know, right? Something has to go wrong. And, I mean, things went wrong. Actually, I was pretty proud of Baroque Works for, like, how intelligent they were. Like, they had a lot of backup plans constantly, and that was something that I was a little surprised about that they never really talked about. At least the Straw Hats and Vivi never really thinking so far ahead of like, wait, there's inside agents inside both the rebels and the military, the Royal Army, and it's, so we see the Baroque Work agents infiltrating, and like they actually like shoot cannons, like they do like some pretty good distractions. Yeah. One such distraction is like when Vivi's about to talk to everyone. Hey everybody, I'm Princess Vivi. You should listen to me. Boom.
Yeah.
Boom. Like a cannon that blocks everything, and no one can see anything, no one can hear anything, and it looks like the Royal Army is shooting.
Yeah, exactly.
That was brilliant by those guys. But
it is. Yeah. They definitely have their plan very well thought out. And
we're about to see that even more so within this arc too.
Yeah.
Like, there's a constant like, wow, you guys are pretty smart.
And then it gets dramatic very quickly. Like Vivi is yelling in the middle of the smoke. Is she gonna get trampled? Karoo like sort of helps her, like covers her, so he gets trampled.
Aww.
Meanwhile, the bloodshed begins. Like the rebels are fighting the army, and
like dang,
yeah,
that was a pretty dramatic thing, you know, like just hearing like how frantic Vivi was, and I think this was like a really good voice acting moment. Just hearing the strain of just like legitimately hear me within this smoke, and I was like, oh no, it was like Lion King all over again.
Oh no.
Yeah, but Karoo is the homie.
Karoo has a lot of moments in this next few episodes.
Absolutely.
Beginning with this one, like he protected Vivi from getting trampled by a lot of people, like
horses and camels.
And then
a bird, you know.
A bird.
Yeah.
Poor Karoo.
Yeah. I'm glad. Poor guy. And then
meanwhile, then Usopp comes to the rescue, and Vivi's like, we gotta help Karoo, and he's like, forget about that bird. And then we know that obviously it's not Usopp,
like that bird,
because
that bird has a name. His name to you is Mr. Karoo. Thank you very much, Mr. Karoo, sir. And yeah, luckily, they do a pretty smart thing, like of. Do in this particular episode of like doing?
They show it.
Okay, cool.
They show when they were putting on the bandages to recognize each other that they also put an X under the bandage just in case.
That's smart.
Yeah, that was smart. That was Zoro's plan.
Zoro's idea. Like who? I didn't think Zoro could be that smart. You know, I think Zoro was almost MVP. No, I don't think he's MVP. I will have to talk about who MVP is like on the next episode once we got through the whole arc, but. Zoro did some super smart things. And I think that's because I wouldn't have thought about that. I thought like, you know, the bandage have been good enough. Sure, right? You know, it's like you can't copy clothes.
Yeah.
And did Mr. 2 copy clothes?
I'm not sure, but in this instance, Usopp, the fake Usopp, had a bandage too.
Okay.
So I don't know if he put it after or what, but he did have it.
I see.
But yeah, I mean, Vivi now realizes that it's not Usopp, but that doesn't mean anything.
Really
She's still in danger.
Either, right? Exactly right. I think maybe the smarter thing to have done would have been to go along with it. Nah.
No, I mean, she would have gotten captured.
Probably.
Easier. I don't know.
Maybe you could ambush him. You know, you act like, oh yeah, let me ride behind you. You know, like take us to there, and then just boom, stab him or something. I don't know. You know, maybe I don't know. I honestly, this whole situation is foobar, and poor Vivi.
Poor Vivi.
Yep. So
and that's where the episode ends.
Yeah, good episode. Pretty crazy.
I know, it started like fast, very quickly. Like a lot of things happened. The whole ducks thing that took a while, but it was super good.
Yes, it felt good. I agree with you. To the next episode, episode 113, Alabarna grieves the fierce Captain Karoo.
Captain Karoo.
Like, are they grieving for Captain Karoo?
No.
So Sanji is smart, you know, like love struck and smart. Where he's like, hey, we should probably go check up on her because he sees Usopp and Eyelash beat up, and it's like, wait a second. Although at the same time, I was like, what were you expecting these two to do?
Why didn't you pair them up with stronger people? God. Like, one could have gone with Sanji.
Absolutely, right?
And then another one with Zoro.
Exactly.
Maybe send Nami with Chopper.
Bro, I think that would have been way smarter. Wow. See, like, I don't know why they left it to lottery. Like, it's like, who... It was everyone I think maybe they're pairing up before. It was like, okay, I choose Chopper. I choose Sanji, who... And Usopp's like, hey, what about me, y'all? Damn.
Eyelash.
Shoot. Yeah, all right, you guys got this, right? Even if they weren't paired with Mr. 2. What if they're paired with Mr. 1 and Miss Double Finger? What if they are paired with... there wouldn't be a good pair. I don't know, y'all.
Against anybody.
Yeah, right? Usopp and the camel? The camel? My head. I'm sorry. I don't know. Anyways, they did this, and it's like, Usopp, how could you let Mr. 2 go? It's like, really, y'all? Anyways.
Exactly. What was he supposed to do?
What was he going to do, right? Mr. 2 is one thing for Mr. 4.
Use his rubber band of doom,
maybe.
Maybe.
I think it would work. He would give him 5 seconds 5 seconds. Anyways. Didn't work. So Sanji's like, let's go find Vivi. Which is good, but still. Okay.
Yeah, and he encounters some
or maybe
army men.
Maybe what they should have done. Like, I can't get my head off
You can't get past it.
I can't. I'm like, all the props I just gave you guys. And then, like, I remember I was mad. I was like, wait a second. Wait a minute. Why not also anyone stay with Vivi? Someone should have stayed with Vivi.
Right?
It could have been 5 people. You know, put Zoro by himself.
Well, maybe they wanted to fake that all of them were there.
Yeah, because they know 6 people.
People.
That's true. That's a good point. Okay. Boom. Okay. Smart. Okay. They're back to semi-smart status. Okay. I'm proud. Okay. So anyways, continue.
So, yeah. Sanji goes try and help Vivi. And he encounters some army people and some rebels. And they're like, are you a rebel? Are you an army?
Yeah.
And he's like, I only fight for the ladies. What does that have to do with anything, Sanji? Right? Carry on, I guess. I guess,
right? I was like, it works out here, I guess, right? So, oh well, he's on his way, but he has to kick everyone's butt. So, oh well, works out. And then we go back to Chopper having to deal with Mr. Four and also Mr. Four's partner,
Miss Merry Christmas.
Miss Merry Christmas. As the Miss Mole Lady. The Mole Lady.
The Mole Lady.
Yeah, Miss Merry Christmas. Man, that's got some weird names. I would like to understand, like ever since Miss Doublefinger was introduced, I was like, what? Okay.
How is that a holiday?
I don't know. Miss All Sunday. What does that mean? Every Sunday in the year.
Yeah.
Of all time, I guess. I don't know. That ever happened. Anyways, Miss Merry Christmas.
So Chopper's there, like, in the middle. I think he's in front of one of the gates, right?
Yes.
And he's in his big form, which looks very funny because he's got his little backpack on still. So it looks very small on him.
Yes.
And we learned that Miss Merry Christmas has mole fruit powers.
More fruit powers. Right.
And yeah, she turns into a mole and does holes and tunnels under the ground to fight people.
I know. Like, I was like, I don't think I would want mole powers.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's a bit strange.
If I had them, I would be happy with them. But it's not something I'm choosing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Usopp arrives and he's like, yeah, the battle's over.
Yeah, when you see Chopper on the ground, right? Poor Chopper. And then that's when we get to see what Mr. Four does. In which also I was like, and I see why they call him Mr. Four. Four. Then again, four is golf term, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's because he's the 4th batter, which is supposed to be the most important one.
Oh, wait, why?
Because
tell me like I don't play sports because I don't play sports.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's because you're supposed to put a hitter.
For in case like to load all the bases up.
Exactly.
I guess? And
you put like a very good hitter on as a 4th batter,
I see. So
that you get a better
run.
chance of scoring runs
I see.
then.
Okay, I like that. Okay, I learned something new today.
Yeah,
thanks, Josellie.
You are very welcome.
Always teaching me something. Oh my gosh.
So that's why he's the 4th.
And then that makes sense because I was thinking like 4. Wait, that's golf. Never mind.
No, it means something else in baseball, but it's still important.
Yes, I like that. Anyways, weird power, he's just a weird guy overall. He carries a super heavy bat, and the baseballs are apparently super heavy, and they'll blow up.
And they explode, yeah.
And then the baseballs come from...
Oh my god, okay.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the baseball comes from a dog.
Yes.
That used to be a gun.
Yes.
That ate a mut fruit and turned into a dog.
Yes.
So how did the gun
eat the fruit? I don't know. I think you just like smashed the gun, right?
Fruit down the barrel.
Exactly right.
This doesn't make any sense.
I know.
It's not a thing. It cannot eat. It cannot eat. It doesn't have a stomach.
I say the same thing. No, for me, I was stunned. I was like, wait, hold up.
And then it turned like this fruit gave this gun life because now it's alive.
Yeah. You know, actually, it gets a little more confusing in the future too.
Oh no, I don't even want to know right now.
I'm excited for you to see that. Like, I actually asked this question on the Twitter page that we have, the One Piece Anime page, and yeah, I mean, people ask the same thing. They're like, wait, why does this gun dog shoot baseballs? There are also bombs, and yeah, most people are confused too. So
So his name is Lasso.
Yes.
We don't know how Lasso came into existence, really.
Oh, man. At least other people were confused, too.
Yeah.
I got this image right here.
Oh, right. He's petting it.
Yeah, I know. He's petting the gun dog that shoots baseballs. I don't know. Maybe. Okay, to be fair, maybe he could have loaded this gun with baseballs. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Head scratchers. Somehow it works. For me, I was like, that's a weird point, but you know what? I'm okay with it. Welcome to One Piece. Yeah. So yes, Lasso is a gun that ate the mut fruit and shoots explosive baseballs that are super heavy every time he sneezes.
Yeah.
We got Mr. Four, who is a slow guy who's the slow guy who apparently is really good at hitting baseballs. He carries like a baseball bat that weighs a ton, and shoots hits baseballs that come from a gun that ate a mut fruit named Lasso. And he works with his partner Miss Merry Christmas, who is a mole person who digs tunnels, and he goes through the tunnels to shoot it makes sense. You just have to watch it, all right? If you're just listening, you're just like, I've never seen One Piece, I'm never gonna watch it, but I like listening to these people.
And then he's super slow,
yes.
and Miss Merry Christmas is super fast and super annoying.
Yes.
Like, she's all over the place, like,
Yes.
just talking super fast.
I know,
and do
right?
this, and I'll do this. Right? And I'm like, just shut up
I know,
for
right?
a little bit.
I know. Yeah, this fight was rough. It's gonna be okay. I love that Usopp gets her annoyed too by calling her a penguin.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Stupid penguin.
You stupid penguin. I'm a person. Oh my god. And then, but Usopp. Okay, here's where Usopp started losing some respect. I was like, oh no. So Usopp starts trying to run.
Yeah.
From the fight. It's one thing if he's running is like, I'm gonna shoot them from afar, sorta. I don't know.
No, he was just plain trying to escape, and he left Chopper.
I know, that's what makes me mad. Like, I'm like, don't leave Chopper. Chopper is the man, you know.
Right? Help him out or
exactly,
something.
But he just left him on the ground.
No, bye.
And Chopper's like, don't run, man. It's gonna do this. And Chopper's the MVP of this fight for sure.
Yeah.
But anyways, he's running for it, and Mr. Four hits a ball, like where it does like a fly ball that hits the ground and starts spinning towards him. Does it hit the ground, right? It hits the ground and then spins, and then it hits him in an explosion.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. Yeah. And then we cut to Vivi and Mr. Two.
Mm-hmm.
So Karoo wakes up.
Yay.
And even though he just got trampled,
jeez.
He's a real MVP and takes Vivi and runs away from Mr. Two, and he's trying to get Vivi through the gate.
Yes. But you can't get through the gate because there's a lot of rebels that are on the gate still. Okay?
Yeah.
So he does a cool thing and actually runs up a cliff.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like a vertical cliff.
Straight up vertical,
Straight
right?
up.
And he's actually doing it for the most part until the very top where he almost falls off, actually. Yeah. And he starts flying. He starts at least flopping his wings, and he's like, I think I can. I got
it.
And he does it, although he grabs the edge of the cliff with his wings. And it's just sort of like, all right, I don't think that's how wings work, but cool. He did it. Yay.
But he did it. I mean, if a gun can eat a fruit, then Karoo can
Why
definitely
can't wings
do that.
grab things, right?
Yeah.
Karoo's wings do. And although the funny thing is, Mr. Two also runs up the mountain too, right?
I was like, how? You are human.
That's why he's Mr. Two. That's why he's
ballet.
Yes, in ballet shoes.
In ballet shoes. Mm-hmm. How does that even work?
He makes it work, though.
I don't know.
He makes it work. Oh, but then when Karoo makes it to the top and like the running, Karoo's still being an MVP. But he gets shot by a stray bullet.
I mean, what else can happen to this duck?
I was like, poor guy. Oh no. But he keeps running. He's like, I gotta keep on going.
And he tells Vivi to go. He's like, go.
Damn.
But the other ducks make it and they help him out. It's like, is this where Karoo dies? After doing all of the things, he delivered the message to the king. He saved Vivi. He went up that cliff and held on with his wings.
MVP. I'm not sure if he's the MVP, but definitely the MVP of the episode.
He has to be. We have to give him some credit.
Absolutely, right? We might have to. I don't know. We got to do something for Karoo sometime. Duck call. Well, I can't do a duck call.
Me either.
Quack, quack. That's for you, Karoo.
Quack salute.
Quack. Oh my gosh. Maybe I'll name this episode The Mighty Ducks. I don't know. Don't sue us, Disney.
So we see that Sanji makes it.
Yes. So Sanji made it in time, yeah, because Sanji makes it to where Karoo and the ducks are and is able to face off against Mr. 2, which is dope.
Yeah, so Vivi can leave and, do her thing. And then before the episode ends, we see that Zoro encounters Mr. 1 and Miss Doublefinger, and he's paired up with Nami. So...
Which I think is a good pair. Ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ish,
yeah.
I mean, yeah.
It worked out,
yeah. So they are going to fight, and Nami's like being a terrible cheerleader for Zoro. Right. She's like,
I'm a dip.
Yeah, I know. And she's like, go on, get on with it. And like, this not like, cheers are supposed to be like helpful.
Exactly, right? I was like, geez, you're a jerk, Nami, but I'll take off some of your debt.
Yeah. So Mr. 1 and Miss Doublefinger are like, okay, we'll get rid of the weak one first. And they head towards Nami.
Zoro tried.
And that's where the episode ends. Yeah. So we sort of get like a setup of all the battles.
Yay, so it's about to go down. Man,
everybody's getting a battle now.
I'm excited. For all you collectors out there, episode of Sabo is now available on Blu-ray and DVD, so you can now watch it dubbed for the first time. Adventure of Nebulandia is also up for pre-order. It'll be coming out on June 18th, dubbed for the first time. These and all other episodes we talked about are available on home video at the Funimation shop on our website. So be sure to check those out and add One Piece to your shelf.
Moving on to episode 114. Sworn on a Friend's Dream, The Battle of Molehill, Block 4.
Back to Usopp and
Chopper. Usopp got an exploding baseball because he tried to leave his friend, and that's what you get.
Nah, see, that's what I was like, that's what you get, man. It's like, come on now. Of all people, Chopper. It's one thing to leave Sanji or Zoro behind.
I know. You left.
It's one thing to leave Luffy behind.
No.
But Chopper?
Chopper?
No.
Chopper
was pretty cute this battle too, by the way. Like I said before, usually I'm immune to cute things. I'm like, I don't care.
No, Chopper doesn't count.
No, Chopper is, he gets me. I'm like, damn.
I like how Chopper turns into a smaller target.
Yes.
Like he's on his big form fighting and whatnot. And then when he gets shot or something, then he'll turn and he'll just shrink, which is very smart.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a very good strategy.
I definitely, that's where we need that biology book. It was like, how does that work,
So, Chopper saves Usopp from the exploding ball.
Yes.
And
he went to his reindeer form, like the actual animal reindeer, and grabbed him right before it exploded, which is nice.
Yes. And he's like, we have to move. And he tries, his first tactic is to try and run towards Mr. 4 before he can get another ball, but he doesn't get there in time.
That was a smart idea.
Yeah, but it's a good thing to try out, I feel.
At least trying new things, right?
And then Usopp can get a good idea too. Like Usopp's like, I'm gonna go underground too, and he gets into one of the holes. Yeah. He's like, now you can't see me. I can use these holes too. So I was like, okay, Usopp, you can be smart sometimes.
Every now and then, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think he's done smart things throughout just this episode or this arc. He hasn't been very smart about things. He's been very childlike, I would say. He does something that cracked me up though. Like, so he comes out of one of the molehills, and then he brings out his 5-ton hammer and whacks Mr. 4 on the head, who goes down. And then the whole time he's this whole thing cracked me up. I was like, oh my gosh, you fool.
And Chopper is like, wow.
You're so strong.
You're so strong. I thought you were useless up until now.
I think he straight up said that. I was like,
he
damn.
did.
I was like, dang. Although, fair, you're right. He has been useless the whole time. Oh, man. But,
and Usopp's like doing his whole thing.
I'm a traveler of oceans and a crusher of notorious monsters. I am Captain Usopp. Wow.
Wow.
You're so cool.
Miss Merry Christmas is sort of afraid. She's like,
Yeah.
whoa, that
Mr. Four
hammer, got knocked out. So that hammer
I
is
thought
pretty
he was
powerful.
weak. Oh my god.
Usopp starts like trying to whack Miss Christmas.
Usopp hammer, Usopp hammer,
as if it was like a whack-a-mole game.
Yeah, right. I was like, this is pretty funny, pretty endearing.
And then he starts using like his special lying power, as I call it. He's like, I'm the one who defeated all of Baroque Works agents.
Oh my gosh.
And I command 8,000 men.
Oh my gosh, like stop, Usopp.
Yeah.
Also, by the way, I learned that Uso in Spanish is, in Japanese is lie.
Oh.
So, boom.
Captain Liar.
So, I learned something.
That makes all the sense.
I learned something. So, I mean, especially with this episode, I was like, man, why is he such a liar? And I was like, oh, it's built into his name. Your parents did a bad job naming you liar. Jeez.
Right.
That's horrible. So then what happens is like Miss Merry Christmas is like, what the heck? What type of hammer is that? And especially as Mr. Four gets up and is just real like, oh, I was just asleep or whatever. I don't know. I'm just having a hard time getting up. I don't know. So then we find out that his hammer is a lie. It's all a lie. He's a phony. And we see that it's like 2 pans stuck together around a rubber. I don't know. Anyways, I was like, wow, this is.
And then with the paper that
the
says
paper says
5 ton.
Stupid.
Nobody saw through it though.
I know, right?
I mean,
oh well.
I guess it worked for a little bit.
Although like I was hoping that someone would get on this. I don't know, right? Like, let's talk about the magic trick after the trick is done.
Right.
We screwed
now.
up. Yeah, exactly, right.
So Mr. Four is back up and he starts shooting like a lot of balls towards Chopper, and Chopper eats a rumble ball.
Yes. There we go. Now Chopper does his thing, getting cool. And this is where Chopper starts becoming like MVP right here. He gets his rumble ball. He's like, let me see if I can find the weak point for Mr. Four. Which I thought was pretty cool. Yeah. And he does, although at the same time, what he finds out is like, what I gotta do is make the dog sneeze into the holes. And I was like, that's what you ate a rumble ball for?
Right?
Okay.
You could have figured that out without the rumble ball.
I know, right? I was like, I'm not advocating for abuse to animals, but then again, this thing is a gun, so
True.
Yes, you got to just kick the dog. I don't know. No one took care of the dog before. Something. Anyways, yeah, he uses the dog to shoot the baseballs or the bombs into the molehills, which is pretty good, And
he knocks them out, but Miss Merry Christmas tells them they should give up because Luffy's dead.
No, not Luffy. He's our guy. All right,
and that's where the episode ends.
Nice.
The guys believe that he's dead.
Yes.
Will they believe?
Yes. Anyways, I'm proud of Chopper. He did a good job.
He did a great job.
Exactly.
He saved this battle.
Absolutely.
If it was for Usopp,
I know,
they
right?
would have been dead. Next episode, number 115. Big opening day today. The copy montage. So, continuing immediately from the last episode, Usopp's like, no, Luffy can't be dead because he's gonna be king of the pirates.
If not, I'll be king of the pirates, right? So yeah, I mean, like, that's a good thing, but then that just makes him all angrier, and then that causes Miss Merry Christmas to turn to her mole form and grab Usopp by the legs. Yeah, and just she's still digging underground and causes Usopp to smash into things up top. Yeah, pretty funny, but. Oh, like that sucks.
But super dangerous, I feel.
I know,
because Usopp's like human. He doesn't have any special powers or anything.
Exactly right. I mean, I learned that his nose is all muscle and not just all cartilage. So it's like, yikes, that sucks. So yeah, he's going through quite a bit, unfortunately.
Yeah, but Chopper's like, no, this needs to be over, and he has a new transformation point.
Yes, this is the horn point. Yeah, so he puts his transformation powers into his horns, that we get like these extra long horns, extra tough horns, so that way he can charge into the bat and also into other people, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And they do a little bit of teamwork here. Finally, what they should have been doing the first time, right? Yeah. They actually work together. I mean, Usopp has been taking a beating. Like, he's been crashing into things, and then also he even crashed into the baseball bat to the face. Golly. Like, that's brutal for sure. Yeesh. Don't take a baseball bat to the face, y'all. I can kill y'all.
It can. I think it can. And they do a pretty cool move where Usopp does the smoke grenade, where he tricks Mr. Four into swinging into Miss Merry Christmas. Mm-hmm. Like, he's grabbed on Miss Merry Christmas. He slips out of his shoes. Yeah.
And then he's like, I'm still here. You swing the bat, Mr. Four. And he swings, beats up Miss Merry Christmas. Home run. And it's pretty cool.
Yes.
And then he shoots a hammer into Mr. Four's face.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that's all it took? Mm-hmm. Okay, cool.
But it's over now, for real.
Now for real, it's over. There we go. That was pretty funny. And yay, teamwork. But definitely Chopper is the MVP of this whole fight because... Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. My God. It shouldn't have been this hard to take care of that. Oh well.
And then we move on to another battle that's pretty funny. Mr. 2 versus Sanji. Mm-hmm. And they both use leg attacks. So it's a pretty funny / action-packed battle. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So Mr. 2 tries to fool Sanji by transforming into Usopp. And he's like,
he kicks him right in the face as he does that.
Yeah, and it's like, he can see you transform. Know, right? You literally have the same clothes on, just now your face
You wouldn't hurt me. I thought you cared about your teammates. Nope.
Right? And then he says, like, he can't be fooled because a person is his soul. But that only applies until Mr. 2 transforms into Nami.
Oh, my God.
And then he's, like, all hard-eyed.
Oh, my God.
And it's very funny because, like, Mr. 2 starts switching between Nami's face and his own face. And then he's like, grr, hearts, hearts. And I'm like... Seriously? Cool. Just like a second ago, you were talking about how people are their soul.
I can see their soul.
Right? Well, I guess it only applies to men.
Yeah, right. I was like at this point, when I saw this point, I was like, I wonder what Josellie thinks about Sanji now. Like I told you, it gets worse, right?
Oh, geez. Progressively, little by little.
Yes. Yes. It just gets worse. Well, we're going to see what happens because unfortunately, like he keeps getting beat up every time that he transforms into Mr. 2 transforms into Nami. He can get another hit onto Sanji, so because he can't hurt women and he's not gonna hurt his Nami dear. Oh well.
Nami dear.
Nami squad. Oh well. So and then we cut to Vivi, who finally makes it to her home, the palace, which is nice. Mm-hmm. Gets to see her dad, King Cobra. Also, Cobra is a cool name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a good name for a king of the desert, too.
Yeah. It makes you think of like a super tough guy. You know what I mean? Like Cobra is like, dang, this guy has killed people.
There's a player at FC Dallas. They call him Cobra. And he's like this big dude. Yeah? Yeah, who looks like super fierce. Ooh, so I feel like that's a good nickname for fierce guys.
Yeah, yeah. Do you think King Cobra is fierce?
He looks very...
he looks wise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he looks like a tough man. Like he could be a tough man, I feel. Like,
I think that's true. Yeah, like I don't think he's the type of guy to like back down from anything. Like I don't think of him like tough.
Yeah,
like
and his presence is very royal. Sort of like a crow. Like a cobra is always like upright and royal.
Okay.
So I feel that's how it relates.
You taught me another thing now. Because I would have been like, I don't understand why to call him Cobra. Cobra's a cool name, I'm thinking like the SpongeBob meme of like just the tough guy, who's in the platoon, right? Not going to Weenie Hut Jr.,
Weenie Hut Jr.
Yeah, Weenie Hut Jr. Oh, sorry, I meant Super Weenie Hut Jr. See, Cobra, he has the mom tattoo, Mm-hmm. Anyways, Vivi gets home finally. Mm-hmm. Yay, Daddy, I missed you. Actually, she's not even like that. She's tough. She's like, we got business to do.
Yeah, she's straight up business.
Yes, there is no like, I love you, Dad. It's been so long. Where have you been? Which I actually appreciated, you know. No sentiment, because Civil War is about to happen right now, but we got to do something about it. And I think the thing that she does is we should destroy this palace as a symbol to get everyone's attention, to stop them from fighting, and to get everyone's attention. Which I think is pretty good.
Yeah, it is a good idea. And she's like, it doesn't matter, it's just a castle, like Alabasta, it's people, which is true. The country is its people who are all fighting right now to the death. Damn. So, yeah, we need to help out. And that's where the episode ends.
Yes. Welcome back to One Piece at a Time. My name is Godswill and Ugwa, and my mission statement is to get as good of a dancer as Mr. Two. Yes. He's
a pretty good dancer.
He is, honestly. Like, I was like, he has that toe power. Like, I've stubbed my toes a lot. Like, the toenails don't look good now. I need a pedicure. Trying to do what he did. Like, I got inspired, I tried it, and I stubbed my toe, and I was like, oh, this hurts.
No.
Yeah, exactly. So, anyways.
Well, my name is Josellie M. Rios, and my mission this week is going to be to make a Karoo appreciation post because he deserves that.
I like that. That's the best. That's the MVP post right there because he does deserve it. You know, I totally forgot about Karoo now. I was like, moving on. I did my duck call. I did my part, right? But no.
I will take it to the social medias.
There we go. I like that. You know, we're gonna put that on the page. He deserves more praise.
Yeah.
Also, don't forget you can watch all One Piece anime episodes on Funimation.com/OnePiece, or you can watch it on the Funimation Now app. We have new episodes that come out every Saturday, and so check that out if you like watching simulcast. And we also have the dub for you up to episode 574. And then you can check out our blog at fun.to/OnePiecePodcast for all the information on the binge routes and more. I finally put up the maps. I did it.
You did it?
I did.
Yay!
I did, yes.
Go check out the maps.
Yes, exactly. Are you lost in the One Piece world? Well, don't be anymore because, boom, we got you with the maps, all right? Check that out. Thank you, Josellie, for egging me on to do it because, yay! Finally.
Yay!
I did it. So, episode 116, Transformed into Nami, Bon Clay's Rapid Fire Ballet Kempo.
Ooh, is that Mr. Two's name?
Yes, Bon Clay.
I did not notice that. And before we continue, I just want to say there's a new opening.
Yes. What do you think about this opening?
I really liked it, but I like it better than the... Okay, so right now,
the ranking,
it is We Are,
yes, good.
Then this opening, and then the DDR opening.
Okay, good. There we go. I agree. No, I agree with you. Like, I actually listened to this one more.
Yeah,
like,
me too. I won't skip it as much as I did the
exactly,
DDR one.
The second one, I was just sort of like... I'm okay.
Yeah.
This one is like, okay, yeah. It makes me feel like I'm back in 2001.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What I don't like is I feel it has a spoiler.
It does.
Right?
Yes.
I noticed it.
I felt bad about that. I was like, oh my God.
I was like, no, super spoiler.
Absolute spoilers. I'm just sort of like, yikes. I don't think other openings are as spoiler-ish as this one. I should probably watch ahead.
I mean, they should have just waited till that happened. Now I know she'll join the crew.
I know. I felt so bad, but if anything, do you want to talk about that?
Sure. I mean, I already know.
Yeah, right. I know, right? Especially like with watching what we have watched already, it just seems impossible that she could join the crew, right? At least that's what I would think.
I mean, right now, even to the point where we are now, I'm like, how does that even happen? Absolutely. How does she get there?
I know, right? I'm interested. At least I'm interested for you to see that. Luckily, you don't know that.
No, I don't know that yet.
Yeah, so for everyone that's listening to us and doesn't know what we're talking about, you have stuck with the podcast. If you watch the opening, you're going to see a spoiler. So beware. The third opening has a spoiler, and you probably shouldn't watch it until episode 130, 140. I forget what episode it happens.
Wow.
Anyways, yes. So, anyways, at least it sounds a lot better for sure. I agree with you.
Yes.
And then I would go back just to listen to that. I'm like, oh man, here we go.
Sometimes I do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right. It's actually.
Sometimes I look it up on YouTube just to listen to it.
I miss you. We are.
I'll sing it to my dog.
Yeah.
She looks at me like, "What are you saying, mommy?" I'm like, "I'm saying we are in a crew."
The best song. You're my Nakama dog. Listen to me, right?
Exactly. Listen to me.
Right? Don't you understand the soul of what I'm saying? The soul. So, Sanji doesn't see the soul things. He only sees the surface.
Oh my God. And I expected better from Sanji, honestly.
Me too.
I was like, Sanji, you're supposed to be like the smartest person here. You've been solving all these problems.
Mr. Prince?
Mr. Prince.
Now you just slid down the ranking again.
Yeah, and now you're just like, you can't fight fake Nami? Really? Like, it's fake Nami.
I know.
It's Nami in the body.
Look at the body, right?
Of a man dressed as a ballerina.
Yeah, he has like a sort of diaper thing going on, right?
Yeah.
Oh, like, am I incorrect?
He doesn't shave his legs.
Yeah, right.
Which is fine if you don't want to, but Nami probably does, because I haven't seen her with all the hairy leg situations, so you should know better.
Exactly, right? I thought you studied her body. I mean, what?
Right? You probably did. That's the thing.
Exactly, right? No, he's every time that Mr. 2 transforms, he's like, I can't fight you. Plop. He gets stuffed down. I'm like, wow. Oh my god, here we go.
Oh, Sanji. And Mr. 2 would make some pretty cool moves. Like, he's got he takes off his mascara and it turns into ninja stars.
I wish I could do that. Can women do that?
Like, instead of having like pepper spray, I could like just take off my mascara and throw it to whoever's coming at me and just like escape.
And then you can even put them back on.
Right.
Yeah, like they did the boomerang thing and then he put them back on. I was like, wow.
Actually, I feel it would be more useful because pepper spray needs to be in a closer range.
Exactly. And also,
so I need to wait
yourself,
for the person.
Yeah, and you can spray yourself.
And I can spray myself.
Yes.
That I'll just throw it from a distance.
I wasn't expecting that either. I was like, wow, I forgot he could do that. Huh? Damn. Yeah, I mean, Mr. 2 was putting to work on him, like where I was like, whoa, okay.
Yeah, and they have like these,
the clashing.
Yeah, they clash like the legs because they're obviously using their legs to attack.
Yep. And
so that's pretty cool.
It was funny. It was pretty cool. Like one thing, at least Sanji did something smart in this fight where he was like, you can't attack at the same time that you're transformed to somebody else. Doesn't really make sense. I guess maybe that's I don't know. Maybe I don't know the rules. Them's the rules, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it's like you touch somebody else and that's where it negates. I don't know. Anyways, he can't.
I don't know either.
He can't be.
He can't be Nami,
which is good. So like as he's attacking, he uses that moment to attack Mr. 2, which is pretty cool, which is good. And luckily the fight doesn't last too long because like he does this. He actually beats Mr. 2 like they do like one last clash and like they hit each other and then Sanji goes down, but then Mr. 2 goes further out.
Yeah.
And like goes into a building and is like, oh, okay, who has the stronger feet?
Yeah.
Our boy Sanji.
Yes. And then Mr. 2's like, I give up.
You're right. And it was funny. The ending was funny, like as it was like he's like, finish me. And then Sanji's like, not yet. And he offers his hand. And then he hits him in the head too. And I was like, well, oh well. Hey, like it sort of worked out. Oh well.
It did.
And yay, Sanji won. Yay.
Sanji won.
So then now we go back to Vivi, back to the castle, the palace, where she's trying to go on with her plan of trying to blow up the palace.
And the army's a little hesitant. They're like, do you really want to do this though? But they decide that, hey, she's the princess, gotta follow orders.
Exactly.
But as she's about to do it, Crocodile appears with the king. Oh no. And then we cut back to Chopper and Usopp. And Usopp's like knocked out from the battle. And Chopper's like, oh no, we need a doctor. We need a doctor. And I'm like, Chopper, you're a doctor. I'm literally screaming at the TV. And Gus looks at me like, what are you yelling? And I'm like, he's a doctor.
You're right.
What are you saying, Chopper?
I know, right?
But yeah, and Usopp's like seeing flowers in the heavens.
Oh my gosh. Poor Usopp, sort of, but then again, it's like, I feel like he deserved 95% of that.
He sort of deserved
for running away so much. Anyways, Chopper wraps him up and he's like, wait, he's still dying. Oh no.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I guess I was gonna share some of the sticky bone with, I guess I'll have to share the sticky bone with you, in order to keep you alive. That whole scene was silly.
Yeah. Usopp's like, my precious.
My precious. And he comes back to life, which is cute. So yeah, Usopp's alive, all wrapped up like a mummy, and then Chopper's alive. So yay, they're all good. And then we see Nami, who's also running away from both Mr. 1 and Miss Doublefinger. And Zoro's trying to find her, and actually saves her from getting chopped up from Mr. One, which is pretty cool. And as he does that chop, as Mr. One does the kick, we see like a whole building right behind them get chopped up. So, I mean, Nami would have totally died.
Yes.
In multiple ways. But luckily, it worked out.
So, Mr. One is a swordsman with no sword because his body is a sword. Ooh. Because he ate the dice fruit.
Ooh, another devil fruit.
Another devil fruit for the list. And we find out that Zoro said no to working with Baroque Works. Ooh. So he actually was going to get recruited.
Okay. I wonder what the world would have been like if Zoro was in Baroque Works. That'd be pretty cool.
Well, he wouldn't have been captured by Morgan.
True.
He wouldn't have met Luffy.
True.
Or at least not until now that they...
Yeah, they would have fought, right?
Yeah, they would have fought
also, I don't think he would have been as strong, you know? Like, I think he would have been... Because he's been training ever since meeting Mihawk.
True. Yeah. That's true. That's why he trains every day, even in the freezing water.
Yes. Stupid. Like, I mean, like, it has been good. Like, because he's been going with Luffy, which I didn't even think about. This is actually a good topic right here, but it's because of going with Luffy and then also all the bad situations that they've been through, you know, that showed Zoro that he's not the best yet, you know? I mean, even getting trapped inside the jail, right?
Yeah.
And, like, being unable to cut that. Being stopped by Mihawk and being stopped by many other foes along the way. I mean, even being able to not cut through the wax. You know, that's what forced him. So, all these things, I think, made Zoro a better person, whereas I think Zoro would probably been easily able... I don't think he'd been Mr. 1. I think he'd been like Mr. 3 or something like that. Mr. 2.
You think so?
Yeah. Maybe Mr. 2.
Yeah. I can see how he can be stronger than the actual Mr. 2.
Yes.
So,
yes.
That makes sense.
He wouldn't be Mr. 1, because Mr. 1, as we're about to see, is pretty tough. Yes. You can get a One Piece World Seeker from our friends at Bandai Namco Entertainment. They released that game a little while ago. It's on PS4, Xbox, your favorite consoles. And they released it back in March. And now a new free update just came out this past April. And the Episode 1 DLC will be released in early summer 2019. So you should definitely go play that as soon as you can. They hinted, as you saw in previous episodes where we had Dimitri, hinted that there might be quite a few more things to come out. You know, like we got news that Zoro is going to be playable, which is awesome. If Zoro's going to be playable, who else?
Yeah.
Ooh. So stay tuned. Get One Piece World Seeker on your favorite consoles and check out the free deal. The new DLCs are coming out later on. Now let's move on to episode 117, Nami's Cyclone Advisory, Climate Attack Burst. Oh my gosh.
Okay, this episode made me laugh so much.
Okay, good. Okay.
By the way, we've had 24 episodes of Alabarna.
Really?
At this point.
Wow. They have been in desert a long time. Wow, that's good on you to count, because I didn't even really think about it too much.
I know.
Like, it felt like a lot, but it hasn't felt like a lot in a way.
That's a lot, I feel. Like 24 weeks.
Yeah, honestly, right? Although at the same time, it's like talking about the world of One Piece, right? Like, or it's like, yes, it's a lot, but there's more to come.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying, right? Exactly, right? Whereas, like, I think this is like the first major arc that's like this.
Yeah, I feel that this is the longest arc that we've
seen
had
so far.
Like the other one that was a bit long, lasted a while, was I think it was Arlong's.
Yes. Because like Little Garden was short.
Yeah.
Wapple, Drum Island was short. It has been pretty short so far. So yeah, but yeah, it's pretty cool. So yay, 24 episodes of Alabarna. How many more do we have to go with it, right? Quite a few more. But at least it's been entertaining.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been good.
So yeah, now we got Nami. She's about to go do her thing. And she is running away from Miss Doublefinger, the blue hair sexy lady. Did you notice her walk, right?
Yeah,
just like the hips.
Like, yeah.
Around, like, okay, geez.
Big subtle swing.
Subtle, that's what that is, yes. So yeah, anyways, she's running away from both Mr. One and Miss Doublefinger. And we go through like a little flashback of sorts. Like, we get to see that she, before, like, on the ship while they're going from Drum Island to Alabarna, she asks Usopp to make her a weapon because she's weak comparatively to Luffy, Sanji, Zoro, these monsters of the group, right? And, right, and that they need a weapon. You know, like something to stand up to these monsters that they're also going to be facing too, right? Usopp's like, hey, you know, it's going to cost some money, you know?
Yeah.
This is my
and she's
chance
like,
to get paid.
thank you, bye.
Wait, what do you mean?
Thank you for doing this for me.
No. Okay, fine. I guess so.
And then, so Nami takes out her new weapon, which is like a long blue staff, I guess.
Yes. Yeah, it's like a 3-part staff of sorts, right? And they have called it the Climatact.
And then it has instructions.
Yes.
Of use.
Yes.
And Usopp made it for her, and she's like trying to use it, and she's like, yeah, get ready, because now I have this that I'm gonna use against you.
Although she doesn't know how to use it. Although, wait, I think this is her fault right here. Where it's like, wait a second, you got this thing.
Why didn't she try it before?
Exactly, right. And I was like, this is nobody's fault but your own. You got it on the. Like, it's one thing if Usopp gave it to you right before we got here. That would be Usopp's fault. But you had this thing. You had the instructions in your pocket the whole time.
Yeah.
The whole time, whether we're in the desert, whether we're on the boat. No.
You could have tried it.
I don't read instructions. That's your fault, Nami.
Yeah.
I don't, you know, like I felt a little bad for you, but I'm like, here we go.
So she tries using it, and I think doves come out of it.
Yes.
And then flowers come out of it. She's like,
time. Yeah,
let me try again.
She's reading the instructions. Although Usopp like was sort of dumb for making it party tricks. Yeah. He was like, if you're at a party, it's like, what parties have we been to yet?
Right? Man? And I mean, why she asked you for a weapon? Yeah, why would you include party tricks in a weapon?
Right? I don't know, man. I was just real like, okay, whatever. At least it's endearing for sure. Right?
Oh. It was a fail on both parts, I feel.
It was.
Like, Usopp was never charged with making, you know, party tricks for this weapon.
Exactly.
And then Nami didn't
Maybe he wanted to get back at Nami for not paying him, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And also we do get to see that Miss Doublefinger has a devil fruit power, which is called a spike fruit.
Spike fruit.
Yeah. So
Yes.
So yeah, luckily, and which allows her to change any part of her body into a very spiky part. You know, also, or in Japanese, the toge no mi. So yeah, pretty cool. Paramecia type that allows a user to grow grow spikes on any part of the body, and we get to see like in the next episode she even grows on our boobs.
Oh yeah,
like,
she does.
Anyway, I don't like that. I was also like, how do you find out about this trick too? This where like, you know, you give someone a hug and it's like, oh no, no. Anyways, I always wonder like how someone first finds out about the power, you know. We saw Chopper, how he found out about his power. We saw Luffy as he found out about his power. But other people, you know, like, I guess, like, even Crocodile, right? You know, you just eat it. I wonder if he was, like, always a criminal and then he ate it and he's like, it's like the Spider-Man movie, you know, like, it was like, oh, I can't form my body. Oh, wait, I can now. Cool.
Maybe.
Anyway, yes. Anyways.
So, Nami figures out the thing a little bit, I feel.
Yeah, the Climatact.
Yeah. And so she's able to make like airflow and mirages because it does like this cool air and warm air bubbles that she can sort of use. Yes. So there she has a little advantage because she knows how that stuff works since she's a navigator and all that. Yeah.
Like, good. Time to use your brain. You were smart, right?
Exactly.
So, good stuff. And then at the end of this episode, so, you know, it's been a lot of Nami running around and trying to figure out, like, how to use her power or her newfound weapon, you know, and then also, but Miss Doublefinger just sort of blithely chasing her and just be like, hey, come back here. Stop running around. I'm going to kill you. Stop. If you stop running, I'll kill you faster. Hey, you know, like, I was like, okay, Miss Doublefinger, just go kill her. Right? Like, I think you're the worst of the Baroque Works people. Yeah. You're just taking it so chill.
You could have
done this. You could have been like, screw this weapon. All right, we're good. Go back to the
Spike
swordsman.
through the head.
Exactly, right? Spike through the head. Right? Yeah, but anyways. Luckily, like, Miss Doublefinger has to do her sexy walk.
Maybe that's not. It's hard to walk fast.
Yes, you know, you got to move your hips.
Yeah.
Come back here. There's
doing that subtle movement.
It's genetic deformity. I have to walk like this. Yeah, you think I want to? You think these hips? You think I want these hips? I can barely breathe. Anyways. So, but we go back to the castle. where Crocodile has the king trapped in his grip. After like doing the tricks he did with Mr. Two, and we see that he has the castle hostage. Everyone's freaking out. It's like, oh no, Luffy wasn't able to take you down. Oh no. But and then Crocodile, is just sort of making fun of them, and he asks the king a serious question: where is the Pluton? And everyone's like, what? And
what?
He's like, how do you know about that? And he's like, so I know that you know about it. Dun dun dun. The Pluton.
And that's where the episode ends.
Yes. One thing I will tell you.
What?
I don't think this is too spoilery, but I don't know what the Pluton is.
You don't know what the Pluton is?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes,
I was wondering what that was.
Yes.
And if I was going to find out.
No.
The answer is no.
Yes. That might be a spoiler, but at the same time, nah, not really. It's
Not
like,
really.
if I told you what it was, then I think that would be a spoiler. But overall, I will say it just matters for the bigger world picture.
Okay.
The big world picture is starting to get painted.
Episode 118. Secret passed down in the royal family. The ancient weapon Pluton. So, the Pluton is an ancient weapon that can destroy an island with one shot.
Yes.
That's pretty powerful.
Yes. Exactly, right? Yeah, an island. Like we've seen powerful people and we've seen powerful things, but we don't know what weapon can do this, right?
So this is sort of like an island Death Star.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's ancient. And it's like, ooh.
Ancient Death Star.
And a time long, long ago in a galaxy
And then
far,
when
far
the
away.
Pluton opens, it's just really the island eater goldfish that just eats the island.
There's a giant fish, the Pluton. Oh, we already killed it. Oh.
Then forget about that.
Never mind. That's why we don't know what it is. Okay. But yeah, like back when Crocodile first unveiled his plan in the last podcast episode, where he said he wants military power, we see this is supposed to be the main purpose of his whole goal, to get so he can rule Alabasta and he can, I guess, have that military power. Because I mean, if you can blow away anything with one shot, then that's definitely gonna give you the military power. So, which is pretty cool. It's like, okay, good. At least a villain who has bigger goals than just
rule.
Exactly,
and
right?
Make mayhem.
Exactly. Like, I'm evil and I'm a bad guy.
Yeah.
$1 million. So it's pretty cool. And also we even see that the army can't get to the king to save him, because Miss All Sunday is blocking the way with her weird hands.
With her freaky hands just sticking out of the the door, right? I mean, I was wondering if they could just cut him. Like, can you just cut the hands with a sword?
You can. I don't know. It's one thing if all the hands had swords. It's just
right.
The hands is
just the hands are just
don't touch. Oh, I'm weird. Oh, it touched me.
It touched this door.
Yeah, I like that's a good point. I actually didn't think about that. When I watched this episode now, I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I wouldn't want to touch hands. And disembodied hands.
Ew, hands.
Right. I know, right? But yeah, like you bring up a great point. I don't know why I don't think these things through. Dang it. It's like, yeah, just cut the hand and because I don't know. Anyways, they didn't go through. They're like, King, we would love to help you, but we can't.
There's hands on the door.
There's what now? Hands. Copy again. What? And then while Crocodile is also saying like he wants the Pluton, he unveils his evil plan. I have a bomb explosion in the middle of the battlefield unless you tell me where the Poneglyph is. The Poneglyph.
The Poneglyph.
What do you think about that when he said the Poneglyph?
I had no idea what it was. I was like, what is that? Why do you need it?
A lot of important things. But you will soon see what these important things are. At least some of them.
Yes.
So good. So anyways, go back to Nami and Miss Doublefinger.
Yes. And Nami is trying to use her brain to figure out how her weapon can help her. And she starts doing like water tricks and using the air bubbles, the warm and cool air bubbles to her advantage. Meanwhile, Miss Doublefinger is like using her spikes. She spikes her arms and her hair.
Yeah, she did a weird thing where she was able to make herself stronger by spiking herself.
Yeah.
I don't really
know
get
how that works.
I don't either.
Like, does her spike have like juice in them?
I guess. Yeah, right? Like, I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, anyways, cool. Like, she did it, and she got strong. Yeah, she got real cut. And I was like, how long does that last? Anyways, it doesn't matter. Because luckily, Nami's figuring out some things. She's dodging her powers at the same time. She did get stabbed through the ankle.
Yes, which looked very painful.
Absolutely. I'm like, yikes. How does that heal? Anyways, stabbed through the ankle. But she does do some cool moves. So, like, where she's able to make a thunderstorm eventually, which does stop Miss Doublefinger in her tracks. And then she does her final move, the Tornado Temple, right? Which also Usopp planned to do as a stupid party trick, right?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I would be mad too.
Oh, Usopp.
I know, right? But then again, at the same time, it's like, yeah, you probably should try practice these on the boat or on in the desert, something. I don't know.
Yeah, you should have definitely tried at least to use it.
Exactly, right? This is the first time you pull it out. Anyways, both of you. Shame on you guys. Supposed to be the smart ones.
Yeah.
Anyways, she beats Miss Doublefinger with her Tornado Tempo, which grabs her. I think that was such a funny, stupid move. Like some birds come out of it, and then the birds start winding up around her body, and then it spins her out, causing a Tornado Tempo. Funny.
But it works.
It worked, yeah, which is all that mattered. And then Sanji, we see at the end, meets up with Usopp and Chopper, who are all broken up, and they are on their way to the palace.
And that's where the episode ends.
Yeah. So now it's time for the social media question I posted on social media today. I'm sorry. It is my bad. But I was just so engrossed with these anime episodes, and I was like, wait, I forgot to do something. Oops. Anyways, I posted on our One Piece pages, the One Piece Anime Twitter page, and also the One Piece official Facebook page. Both of them have the blue check marks. And also, we finally made it to 10,000 followers on the Twitter page. Thank you guys very much. And we posted a question that has to do with this bulk of episodes that we just talked about. And the question I asked was, what was your favorite non-Luffy Straw Hat versus Baroque Works fight? And, I had pictures of Usopp, Nami, Chopper, Zoro, and Sanji up there. And got a lot of good answers. Lao Bushido NA on Twitter said, Nami versus Miss Doublefinger. It was awesome finally seeing her fight, using her mind on the less. The Climb Attack's first appearance, the comedy was fun. The old dub has that spinning part ingrained in my brain.
I feel like I agree.
Yes.
I that's my favorite one also.
Really? It
Yeah.
is? Okay.
Yeah, because it really made me laugh the whole bit with the tricks.
Yeah.
The party tricks.
That's a good point.
But she won, and she won a fight all on her own, which doesn't happen a lot.
Yes, actually, yeah. She usually has to have some sort of help or someone steps in. So it was cool to be like, yay, she got one, yay. I think it's a good point. M. Haldorson on Twitter says, Usopp and Chopper versus Mr. Four and Miss Merry Christmas. The way that he gets up from 4-ton bat to the head and says that he will never let anyone laugh at Luffy's dream always gives me chill every time. I think that might be my favorite fight, honestly.
Even though you were criticizing Usopp
It cracked me up. It cracked me up because I was like, you're a bastard. But it did crack me up though. It was definitely like the funniest fight, I think. But then also, if I had to say the best fight, I'd probably say Zoro versus Mr. One. Like that one was a cool one. Because for example, like Giuseppe on Facebook says number one versus Zoro, when Zoro was able to defeat him, maximizing his strength. Like that was a cool moment.
That's true.
That moment.
You gotta level up.
Got me hyped. and then we even got some more answers too. I mean, we got answers from all type. Casey on Facebook said Usopp and Choppers was the best. They had so much to prove since they didn't have the stronger team members to back them up. Sanji versus Mr. 2 is a close second place because Mr. 2 is my favorite character.
Oh, it's a good one.
And yeah, I mean, even like Tevin ranked them, like all of them. Like, yeah, like number 4 is Nami versus Miss Doublefinger. Number 3 is Sanji versus Mr. 2. Number 2 is Usopp and Chopper versus Mr. 4 and Miss Merry Christmas. And number 1 is Zoro versus Mr. 1. So yeah, pretty good.
Yeah.
So you got your favorite, my favorite, and a lot of people's favorite. A lot of good fights overall. I enjoyed all of them.
Yeah, they are all very good fights and very entertaining.
Yeah. Even Gerald on Facebook says Sanji versus Bon Clay is his favorite. I was impressed by the animation. See?
That's true with the leg fighting.
Yeah, right, the legs. Yes. So yeah, pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff. So yeah, anyways, thank you everyone that participated. I know it was super short notice, but I appreciate all the good comments that we got. Stay tuned for future questions. I will ask them way in advance next time. Like a day in advance. Maybe 2 days, who knows. Episode 119. Secret of powerful swordplay, ability to cut steel, and the rhythm things have. Ooh, the rhythm. All right.
I really like this episode because it is all about Zoro versus Mr. One.
Focus.
So it's like everything is fighting.
Yes.
It's like 20 minutes of fighting.
Yeah, exactly, right. And yeah, so, Zoro versus Mr. One, as we had mentioned, right? And yeah, fighting the whole time. And it's Zoro sort of cocky.
Yeah.
The whole time until like the end where he's like, oh crap, I can't do anything. So he's fighting against Mr. One, who we learned in like 3 episodes ago that he ate the dice fruit. So his whole body is steel.
Yeah.
Yes. And he's able to dice up buildings, like they just turn into julienne concrete slabs, right?
Yeah.
And it was like, crap, what are you going to do about that? And even though Zoro's putting on more hits on him, nothing's hurting him really. Yeah, unless you're gonna punch him, but even then.
Yeah, and then he's also can turn it into different shapes, like the swords.
Oh, like on his arms, right? Yeah.
Like sometimes it's swords, or sometimes it's like those
the saw
spinning
blades.
wheels. Yeah, and it's a little bit crazy. Man. But yeah, like you said, Zoro's super confident. He's like, I guess I'll learn to cut through steel today.
Today, like right now?
Now.
It was like...
without ever doing it or practicing it in my life.
To be fair, if I had someone like being confident, if I have confidence in someone learning something on the fly, it would probably be Zoro.
True.
At least out of Nami and Zoro. Nami, I was like, come on, you had the instructions with you and the thing with you the whole time. Yeah, shut up, practice. No points. Zoro is like, okay.
Minus 5 points.
Exactly, right? No, like minus 5 points for House Nami, right? But over here, it's like, for Zoro, it's like, at least you put the muscle in. You've been training this whole time,
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I would have liked you to have tried that beforehand. But this is fair. Let's do this, Who would have thought you'd be seeing a guy like this, right? And, actually, Zoro's getting beat up. Like, he gets cut by the saw blades. Luckily, not too deep. Zoro's muscles are just too strong. Too strong. And but it's still not going well. Like where Mr. One is like putting the hurt on him. Like he even cuts down like a column that's right above him, and the rocks are all falling, and like he's beating up Zoro, and Zoro's about to die. Like Zoro's thinking like he's legitimately gonna die.
He's all cut up as always. I feel like Zoro always ends up all cut up, like his shirt all bloody.
Yes.
And
the only time I feel like that didn't happen was Drum Island.
True.
Yes, I think that was the only time. But then again, I mean, he was messed up. But that was his own fault though. But yeah, luckily, as the boulders are falling, he remembers something from his old teacher, who's telling him about cutting nothing. Using a sword to cut nothing. Which I remember when I was a kid, it just flew over my head. I was like, that sounds weak. Why would you want to be able to not cut anything? Now it's like, that makes a lot of sense. It's like, can you control a sword so well that even if you're using the sharp point of your sword, it does what you want it to do. Like you is not able to cut what you don't want, and is able to cut through everything.
Yeah.
It's like just such a level of control, and also just sort of understanding that the like how to cut through things. He understands like the rhythm things have through this moment of death. Like where as he's seeing the rocks falling, and he's just sort of feeling the air and just be like, oh, it's gonna fall here. Cool. Zen mode. And then he gets his sword. Like he's still in his Zen mode. Like when he dodges all the rocks that are falling on top of him. He's in Zen mode, and he's like, my sword is speaking to me here. Cool. And he's like, oh, I can't cut this tree, but I can cut this rock. I can cut everything.
Yes, so he gets his sword out of the boulder and he makes a one sword style lion strike.
It's the first right here.
Yeah, right?
Like just one sword?
Just one sword, okay.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all it takes. Because, he doesn't attack on Mr. One and he wins.
Yeah,
Turns out he can cut steel now.
And then Mr. One's like, are you going to cut diamonds? And he's like, that's a waste. And I think this was like
why
the most...
Why would I do that, fool?
Exactly, right? Like, I'll just take it, right? But he does a pretty... Like, I think this is like the most badass fight ending scene, too. You know, you just hear that trumpet...
Yeah. And then they do like the little... declare him the winner.
You're right, the typewriter.
Yeah.
And... You know, like, I love this scene in English, but I have to give the scene up to Japanese. Like, it just has the, like, the, you know, like that sort of samurai gruffness to it, you know? Like, yeah. I think Chris Sabat did a good job with this scene for sure, but, like, I have, you know, like, I watch both scenes sometimes, especially, like, some of the more epic scenes. Sometimes I'll say, like, the English is better, you know? For example, with Nami, I legitimately think when Nami was cutting her arm in Arlong Park, I think that was a better scene in English. Like Lucy Christian absolutely like was gut wrenching, you know, horrible, like screech to me. I was like, ugh. Yeah. Here, like I think both of them did a great job, but like I have to give it up to the Japanese artist right there. Yeah, who's also, yeah, like he just does a really good gruff voice, and like especially as he does that Shishi Son Son, like Shishi Son Son is a special move. Special move, that one sword style, special moments with it. Anyways, that's all I had to say right there, man.
And that's where the episode ends. And we don't even see I thought we were gonna see a preview of Luffy by the end, like what's gonna happen. Yeah. You know how sometimes you get like a little bit of what's coming up, but we didn't see anything. No, and then I had to stop watching because it ended. This podcast episode. Oh no.
Yep. Well, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this. What do you think is going to be happening?
I don't know. I feel like the last few podcast episodes, I keep predicting the end of this, and it doesn't happen. I know. Like, I feel like
it's harder.
I'm out of predictions.
It is like I think it is harder to predict what's going to happen, and I mean,
for all I know, Luffy's dead, and it's all a dream, right? Like we said. So, like, I don't know what to think.
I know, right? Ace is telling the story, is like, and that's what happened, and my brother died.
I can tell you what happens with Miss All Sunday. Yeah. Because the OP ruined it for me.
Yeah, I know. That's a good point, actually. That's prediction. What if it's all a trick?
What if it's there to trick my mind?
Okay, I don't know why they would do that as a trick. Like you wouldn't even know that was gonna be a thing. I mean, if I was with you and I saw Miss All Sunday was to join the crew, I would be confused. I'll be like, why? Mm-hmm. She's been their enemy. She's tried to kill them multiple times, right? Oh well. Anyways, it doesn't make sense. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this episode of One Piece at a Time. Don't forget to check out the Funimation blog at funi.to/One Piece Podcast. And we're going to be updating that constantly. We actually finally updated it with the maps. We have the binge routes. We have podcast information for you. We have a lot more. We're actually going to add more. If you ask us to add something on that blog, we might do it. Maybe. Possibly.
No promise.
We'll see, right? No promises, right? I'll take it to account and I'll think about it for a while and then be like, oh yeah, I got to do that. So yes. The maps, we've been asking about that since episode 1. I finally did it for episode 11, I think. I don't know. Episode, yeah, right? It's been a while. Anyways, thank you. You're welcome. And then for all things One Piece, follow us on Facebook at One Piece Official and on Twitter at One Piece Anime.
Mm-hmm. And we want to thank all the people who make this podcast happen. The creator of One Piece, Oda Sensei. Toei Animation. Our audio engineers.
Andrew Austin.
And of course, everyone joining us on this journey. All you Straw Hats out there. So please rate this podcast wherever you're listening to it and share it with other One Piece Nakamas. Leave us a nice review.
Yes. There we go.
So the next One Piece at a Time will cover anime episodes 120 to 127. So be sure to watch on Funimation now, sub or dub, and be ready.
Peace.
Bye.